After a humiliating loss to the Golden State Warriors just the other day, the Dallas Mavericks bounced back with the 109-95 win over the Atlanta Hawks back home in Dallas after a long road trip in the West. It was just great. The game was awesome. The energy was there. It started off slow and ugly. We were down by like maybe 6 points in the first quarter. Luka's shot wasn't falling in the first, but things started going in that second quarter where we dropped 40 points as a team. And then after the halftime, we come out in the third quarter, guns blazing, and we never looked back. The offense finally found itself. It kind of petered off in the fourth quarter, but luckily, our defense held in the entire game. We had a big game from Maxey off the bench. Tim Hardaway Jr. was hitting his shots. PJ Washington, the man y'all love to hate, was hitting his threes and looking good. Kyrie was looking great. Luka, like I said, had a rough start, but it didn't take long for the man to get going. Gafford had some foul trouble, but not to get too ahead of myself, we will go over everything in this game, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, 61.1% of you guys watching are not subscribed. That number is slowly going down. But if you are enjoying the content that we're doing and you don't want to miss out on the live streams, the giveaways, or the videos just like this, make sure you subscribe. But tonight's game was electrifying. If you were there for the live stream, you saw me. I was hitting my bachata, my little cha-cha. It was just amazing. That first quarter, it was rough. I ain't gonna lie, but like I always say, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, and the Dallas Mavericks finished strong. I'd like to believe if this was last year, or maybe even 2 years ago, we may have lost this game. Our offense has been the only thing that's really been holding us together over the last few seasons, and part of this season, the first half really. But lately, our defense is what keeps us in games. It allows our offense to play catch up for guys to get warmed up. And the one player who was just playing phenomenal defense was none other than Maxey Kleber. Who was just phenomenal. He was holding down Clint Capella, holding down Fernando. He was blocked. He got like one block shot, but he was just playing excellent defense. Well earned minutes from Maxey Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. hit about 2 threes as well. It was always good seeing him hit his shots because when Timmy hits shots, everything in the world seems right. But that man, PJ Washington, the man y'all love to hate, the man y'all are upset that we gave up a first-round pick for, was hitting his shots looking great. And I just hope that your apology is as loud as the disrespect, because PJ Washington, PJ, the warden, was locking him down, doing all the right things. But before I get too ahead of myself, let's go into this box score for the Dallas Mavericks. Like I was talking about, that boy PJ, the warden, finished with 19 points, was a plus 15, had 1 block, 1 steal, 3 assists, 8 rebounds, and shot 5 of 8 from the three-point line, looking like a splash brother. And Derrick Jones Jr., Flight 55, took off and landed without any hiccups, had 14 points, 1 block, 1 steal, and 5 rebounds, 2 of those being offensive rebounds. He was 1 of 3 from the three-point line and 4 of 8 from the floor. Daniel Gafford had a little bit of a rocky night, a little bit banged up down low, but he had 6 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. And Kyrie, still Ramadan, baby, so you know he's locked in. Had 26 points, had 1 block. He had a block, didn't even know that. Had 1 assist, 5 rebounds, with 2 being offensive rebounds. He was 3 of 7 from the three-point line. And Luka Doncic, my MVP, your MVP, our MVP, had 25 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 8 assists, and 12 rebounds. He shot 6 of 15 from the 3. It was wonderful. Maxey, the man who I was just impressed with all game, had 7 points, 1 block, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 being offensive rebounds, hit 1 of 3 from 3, and was a plus 3 in the box score. Come on, Maxey was doing his thing. Maximilian, the Terminator, he was doing everything tonight. Max got about a minute of garbage time, but Tim Hardaway Jr. had 8 points, had 1 steal, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He was 2 of 7 from 3, hit 2 good threes. The other 5, we're going to work on those. Don't worry, Tim, we'll get you right. Dwight Powell gave you 8 solid minutes with 2 points. He was a plus 5. He wasn't too bad in those 8 solid minutes. Had 3 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds. Dante Exum didn't score at all, but he had 1 steal, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. AJ Lawson and Brandon Williams also played a little bit of garbage time. Jaden Hardy in 6 minutes had 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 being an offensive rebound. The guys were looking good. Wasn't like a firing at all cylinders type of night. It wasn't our best brand of basketball, but it's good to know that, again, when the shot's not falling, when Luka's cold, who's going to step up? And tonight I saw a lot of it. I saw it from Maxey early in the game. His defense was great. Not fouling too much, getting the right spots, denying shots, making the other team, making the Hawks take tough shots, and always grabbing those boards. It was great. And PJ finding his shot, getting good looks, knocking them down when they mattered, knocking them down all night, to be honest with you. Shout out to PJ Washington, someone who I was a staunch defender on and who I will never slander, I mean, unless he has a bad game. But it was a good game. It was a good game from PJ. I love to see it. And Luka didn't really have a good, I think he went scoreless in the first quarter. But the man is ice cold. He's solid. He can't be shook, shaken, not stirred, none of that. The man went off to just go almost for a triple-double. Had about 25 points, about 12 rebounds. He was looking great for the rest of the game. And, of course, Kyrie Irving. When Kyrie saw Luka not really hitting shots, not really going, Kyrie's like, I'm going to get it going. I know I'm fourth quarter, Kai, but I'm going to get things going a little bit early for you. And it was great to see. Derrick Jones Jr. had a phenomenal game, too. I don't want to forget about Flight 55 taking off. Hit a mean slam in transition. Made me remember that this man won the dunk contest in 2020. He was high flying, grabbing boards, dunking the ball, looking great, hit a three. Derrick Jones Jr. is definitely that role player who we're going to need big time in the playoffs and in moments like this. And I understand it's just the Hawks. You may not think that they're a great team. They're not that highly seeded, but we also just lost to the 10-seed Warriors, so I'll accept any win at this point to keep us in contention. And it was a great game from Derrick Jones Jr. Great role player, someone that's going to become just essential for us down the stretch in the playoffs. Shout out to him. Dante wasn't his best game, like I said, but overall the team looked solid, and you love to see it. But let's check out our damage. How bad were the Hawks tonight? DeAndre Hunter had 13 points, had 4 turnovers, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Johnson had 6 points, 2 turnovers, a steal, 4 assists, had 16 rebounds. Man was grabbing boards all over the place. And that defense from Maxey, like I said, let's look at Clint Capella. 6 points, was a minus 25, had 5 turnovers. 1 block, 1 steal, 2 assists, and 13 rebounds. Maxey was doing everything he could. And Bogdanovich had 17 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 7 rebounds. And DeJounte Murray had 16 points, 4 turnovers, 1 steal, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. He was 6 of 17 from the floor. They got some help from the bench. Garrison Matthews hit us with a quick 14 points. And that was it. That's all that they can really do with us, because when the Mavericks are playing very well, not even very well, when we're just playing good, just plain old good, things can still happen. The defense was holding us through the entire game. Guys were hitting their shots when we needed to hit their shots. There were a few blunders, which I'm going to save for this segment, but overall, I'm happy with this win. The other day, when we lost to the Warriors, a lot of Mavs fans were upset, rightfully so, and you should never really be happy when you lose. But I wanted to just remind Mavs fans that everything's okay. Be even keel. The Warriors are still a championship type team. Even as a 10 seed, they're still dangerous. They can still make a push. I mean, we saw the Lakers last season. They were in the play-in, made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. So shout out to the Warriors. They did their thing, but it don't matter because the Mavericks showed up today, and we did our thing against the Atlanta Hawks, who also beat the Boston Celtics twice not too long ago, about a week ago. So this dub, I mean, if the Hawks beat the Celtics twice, that means we beat the Celtics twice, right? I think that's how that Mavericks math adds up, right? So shout out to the Mavericks. We did our thing. Luka Doncic looked good down the stretch. Kyrie was looking good all night. But, man, I can't get enough of what I saw from Maxey. That defense was amazing. I don't know if he took the metal plate out of his shoe or what. I don't know, but he was looking phenomenal. I'm fine with just 8 points, but that defense was just priceless. It was amazing. But not only was I just ecstatic for this game, a high-profile celebrity, an Atlanta native for that matter, was also showing some praise to the Dallas Mavericks. Metro Boomin went on to Twitter to say, "We trust Dallas Mavericks." And you already know what they say. If young Metro don't trust you, I'm going to shoot you. I'm just saying, that's what the kids are saying these days. But it's good to know that Metro trusts the Dallas Mavericks, and we got it done, and that's what trust is going to do for you. But let's get into this segment before I forget, per usual. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And the good is just our defense, just from start to finish. It was just good, even though we were down after the first quarter. They were down by like 6 points. After that, we tightened up. We made the right adjustments, and everything came together. We did play another small ball lineup of 4 guards plus Maxey, but it worked in our favor. I think that lineup works when Maxey's actually playing well, and everything else just falls into place. So the good definitely goes to our defense and just everyone buying in, especially without Derrick Lively, with Daniel Gafford in foul trouble. How do you respond? And they definitely did respond with excellent defense. The bad, I'm going to have to give it to the refs. There were just some weird calls, and I know I usually always give the bad to the refs, but some of these calls are just weird. Jason Kidd won a challenge, but the rest of the game, it was just odd, but I didn't feel like the refs took us out of the game at all, but there were just some moments where I'm like, what are y'all doing? Are you even watching the game? I don't know. Ray Charles could have saw that foul, but we still got the dub in spite of the refs. And the ugly, I would give it to the Atlanta Hawks, but I'm gonna have to give it to Jaden Hardy. I mean, you know me. I'm always partial to a little Hardy party, but he did foul twice. I want to say the first quarter, either both in the first quarter or one in the second quarter, on a 3-point shot that did go in that allowed the Hawks to get 2 4-point plays, which they did convert. Can't be having that in the playoffs, and I can only imagine Hardy maybe not really getting a lot of run in the playoffs, but those type of mistakes, you got to tighten up on that. Luckily, we still won. Luckily, that wasn't the deciding factor in this game, but they were still pretty ugly. You got to do a little bit better on defense. You don't want to bite too hard. You don't want to overcommit. You don't want to undercommit. You want to make sure, especially when you're closing out on a 3, give them a little bit of room, because otherwise, 2 4-point plays against you right there. So Jaden Hardy, do better. We're all rooting for you, though. You know I love me a little Hardy party. But that's all I got for you guys today. The game was awesome. We are going live tomorrow for the game against the Golden State Warriors. A little bit of a revenge game. We'll be home, so hopefully we can get that dub. We got 6 games left in the season before the playoffs. 4 wins will get us 50 wins on the season. 2 losses, 4-2. I think we can go 4-2. I'm hoping for it. Let's see if we can go maybe 6-0. Who knows? Another win streak. Why not? But appreciate you guys for making this far into the video. Make sure you check out our Twitter and our Discord. Links in the description below. We are doing another jersey giveaway this month, so make sure you become a channel member to enter in a chance to win the jersey. But until next time, guys, y'all take care. Peace.